Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the Crazy Hat Chemist. So here we go with another video on chemistry. Today we are going to be covering the basics of the periodic table, and this is the first worksheet in this series here. All right, so here we go. Let's get moving on this problem here. Periodic trends. So let me read this here for you. It says, to the chemist, the periodic table is a thing of beauty. And I truly believe this. This is why I wrote this. This is because the periodic table has been highly organized using many different characteristics of the elements. The more in-depth one looks at the periodic table, the more one understands the many layers of information of which can be discovered just from the location of the elements within the periodic table and relationship to the other elements. So this is very, very important. So let's get moving without further ado on answering some of these questions here on this periodic table worksheet. All right, cool. All right, so the first question is, who is the scientist who created, number one, who is the scientist who is credited with the development of the periodic table? Now, before we carry on, just a slight little aside here. This worksheet does coincide with the lecture that I'm giving here. So make sure that you are going to be watching the lecture prior to working on this worksheet because all the answers are within the lecture. And you're going to have further understanding as you move through that lecture so that you can understand and answer these problems here. All right. All right, so let's keep on going here. So who is the scientist who is credited with the development of the periodic table? That's none other than the Russian scientist Dmitri Mendeleev. So Dmitri Mendeleev. There we go. I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly, but that's as good as I could do here. All right, next question is the following. It says, number two, what year did the above scientist, that's Dmitri Mendeleev, the Russian chemist, publish his periodic table in a scientific paper? That was 1870. Actually, in 1869, Dmitri Mendeleev published in a textbook his version of a periodic table, and he was highly encouraged by his said students of chemistry, and his students really spurred him on. Number three, what is the quote periodic law unquote, which is what the periodic table is based on? And this is what Dmitri Mendeleev came up with, truly, and this is how he organized the periodic table, is based on the periodic law. So here's the periodic law. As the elements increase in atomic mass, now Dmitri Mendeleev's periodic table was organized according to atomic mass, but today we do know that the periodic table is organized according to atomic number. So atomic number. So we're going to put a little bit of current evolution into that. The elements have recurring or periodic. It's periodic chemical and physical properties. Okay, that is, the elements on the periodic table have these properties that reoccur over and over again. And yeah, that's the really cool thing about the periodic table. And that's how the periodic table was initially organized, was according to atomic mass with Dmitri Mendeleev and the chemical and physical properties associated with the elements. It's really a absolutely, like I said, it is a thing of beauty. Okay. Number 4, how many elements did the scientist from question number 1 above predict before they were discovered? And that is 8. Okay. So Dmitri Mendeleev is actually responsible partially for the discovery of 8 additional elements. And that is because his periodic table, once he designed it and organized it, had these major gaps in the periodic table. With those major gaps, then other scientists were able to find specific elements with specific characteristics because Dmitri Mendeleev organized his periodic table according to atomic mass with their chemical and physical properties. So there were missing spots on his periodic table. All right, fantastic. So let's scroll this on up here a bit. And it says number 5. What were the names of the elements that were discovered after they were predicted? All right, so Dmitri Mendeleev predicted that there were 8 spots on his periodic table that were missing. And so here are these elements. Gallium is one. Another one is scandium. Another one is germanium. Another one is polonium. Another one is protactinium. And another one is rhenium. Another one is technetium. And then finally, the last one is francium. So these were the elements that Dmitri Mendeleev had a vital role in helping other scientists actually discover them. And that is gallium, scandium, germanium, polonium, protactinium, rhenium, technetium, francium. And so because of his organization of the periodic table, there were obvious missing gaps of elements that were not yet discovered. And he was responsible partially for their discovery. Obviously, he didn't do the scientific work for their discovery, but he was instrumental in other scientists being able to discover them. All right. So a couple more problems here. Quick little advertisement. That is, I am the Crazy Hat Chemist. That's right, folks. You are watching the Crazy Hat Chemist. And please like and subscribe if you are actually learning some chemistry here. All right, number 6, it says the periodic table is organized by chemical and physical properties. That's how Dmitri Mendeleev organized his periodic table, so it makes sense. And it's still true to today. Number 7, the periodic table has predictive value, and this is why the periodic table was, as developed by the Russian scientists, is so important. That is absolutely true. So if you have predictive power, like, for example, if you are able to predict like the stock market crashing or the stock market going up, then you have an excellent model. And it's been shown time and time again that Dmitri Mendeleev's organization of the periodic table with chemical and physical properties is absolutely critical in the periodic table itself. I will make one other note here on the periodic table, and that is that the periodic table is organized not only according to what Dmitri Mendeleev came up with, but also according to what are called quantum numbers. And that is actually the next layer of value here for us as scientists. So I'm going to just have the entire worksheet right here for you, and that way you can see all the answers for this right here. All right, this is our first worksheet of many for this unit. Please like and subscribe if you're learning. I greatly appreciate it. I have many other videos for you to watch. So, all right, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for next time. Bye for now.